The Rose Centre is a community centre on the south side of Muncie. We're on 10th Street, and we work with people of all ages. Our mission is to build community through our programs, services and activities to create a safe haven for all and spaces for learning, fun and growth. So historically, I mean many years ago, much before my time, but through multicultural education, I think there were times when some of the students from multicultural education used to come here to the Rose Centre. Then they stopped because we just didn't have, we were in such disrepair, and so they didn't come back until I came in last year, and I know Dr. DeManu. So Dr. DeManu was in his second semester, I believe, last spring, and so I had spoken with him. And I said, well, we're starting up our programs again, and if you'd like to send some of your volunteers over, your students from EDMU 205. And so that's how they started coming. Now, what they do when they come here is that they work with the kids holistically. One of the things that they do, they play with the kids, but they also do one-on-one tutoring with them. They help them with their homework, and then they help them with activities, create science experiments, help them with their reading, go outside. One thing I always motivate them to do is think outside of, I hate that word, outside the box, but think beyond the boundaries of school. How can you work with the kids on reviving their curiosity outside, playing? How do you learn biology? How do you learn, math on the patio, looking at the sun, and looking at the angles of the sun, playing hopscotch, sitting down under the trees, reading a book. So that's what they do a lot too, that is really the objective of the multicultural education kids to come here.
For me, that experience is kind of just an extension of what I love about the course and just working with people that are not as privileged as I am. And it makes me feel really purposeful that I can help people that are struggling at a level that I don't think I ever will be at. And it brings me hope that the problems that I have, I can figure out, but it also gives me a way to help other people out. And especially these are kids 10 and under that are either come from broken homes or way below the poverty line, have had some trauma in their past, or even recently, because they're so young. Just trying to help them to look at things differently, maybe be more engaged with school. That's kind of the big purpose of the center with the people that we work with, is to make sure that they're doing their homework and kind of having like an extension beyond school that's kind of helping them out. Because really their home life is not beneficial to them. So I think for me, it's just been such a great opportunity to not only look to the future with places that I could do outside of Ball State, because I don't plan on being in the vicinity of Muncie forever, but knowing that I probably will have students in similar boats to them, and I will probably find out the day of when I start teaching them, and I have to try to figure out what I can do for them to not only make them successful, but also happy, because that's the most difficult part about these kids, is that they really have so much baggage that it's hard for them to have positivity because they just don't get it. So I feel really obligated to do it. As much as it's a requirement, it does help me kind of get out there and find somewhere, but if I was able to, I would be there constantly, because I just know that they need that kind of experience.